A lot to evaluate. An interesting tape to watch. First scrimmage looked like a first scrimmage. Tackling was just okay. I'd say below average at times, especially with the second unit. Way too many penalties, especially with the second offensive lineman. We're going to move around on defense, and that's what we are. We're going to go from the odd front to the even front. We want to cause deception, we want to cause miscommunication, and our offense is going to deal with that, and hopefully that's tough for our opponents also. So that's where we sit. One turnover is too many, so obviously if we had more than which we did, we had too many turnovers. But some kids made some plays, held a lot of people out, stayed healthy for the most part. A couple of kids will check them as we go through to see exactly where they're at. I thought that the older kids, for the limited reps that they got, James ran the ball hard, Owen ran the ball hard. Chris didn't play a snap, so he played very well today, which was good to see. He stayed very healthy, which was a positive. So, I could go on and on. There's a lot of good things. There's plenty to work on after scrimmage number one. But we wanted to see the quarterbacks throw the football, and that was definitely one of the top priorities. A lot of quarterbacks in this world can come back and hand the ball off to a big physical defensive line with great tight ends that we think are some very talented running backs. So we've got to make sure we can throw the football and be effective when we get to it. That's the point of this right now in camp, especially as we move through that quarterback.
So what do you think?
Up and down. I kind of like some presence. I like the presence. I watch a lot of things in the quarterback competition. That's why I stand back there and let us see. His team's response. Actually back and look at him making some strides there. We'll have to sit back and watch the tape. Separation right now. We're going to sit down the second scrimmage. So by then we're going to take some definite separation to get into so much priorities when there's really 1 and 2. Does that mean when Saban starts a week from today? No.
Scotty had the nice deep ball.
It's huge in this offense. The ability to get the ball to the third level in the back end with the way we believe we're going to be able to run football is a big weapon because it's safeties bite and they bite and they take one bad step and you've got yourself a big play in your hands and have a young man that can throw the ball accurately with enough power to get it down the field. It's a big part of this offensive team, especially a lot of those play action plays that we'll see as the offense develops. Get yourself into the second level, but they're across the field.
Gary, what dimension is Corey giving you besides that you may not have coming into this game?
Well, I think he's shown he's a physical runner. He's extremely tough. His ability to pick up protections and get on the right guy early in camp has been impressive. So, past his ability to be fullback, I would say he's had a good camp running the football. But I'm most impressed the way he's handled a Division I football camp and how he's handled it mentally. A lot of kids are ready physically, but not mentally. And he appears to be ready to play a role, if you will, mentally and physically today.
Also defensively, Ethan Cooper got a lot of good tackles that swatted the 1 yard line. What did you see from him?
Yeah, Ethan did some good things today. It's our goal is to be too deep up front. We want to have 6 starters on the defensive line, and we're headed in that direction. And that's great to see. It really is. We have 2 nose guards, 2 right ends, 2 left ends, and we may even get ourselves to a 7th very solid player there. So it's a nice situation we're in there. Ethan has done a nice job throughout camp, and so the other young men will continue to fight battle through there. So they all have their work to do, but they're good numbers there, which is a great thing.
Gary, you guys have been getting good pressure on the quarterback throughout this camp, but does Joel need to be a little bit more cognizant of getting the ball out earlier and avoiding the sack?
Yeah, there's no question. And understanding situations. We got a couple situations today where you just flat got to get the ball out. I let him get a little closer to the quarterback today. I let him buzz him a little bit, and that's an important it's an important part of this process. They need to feel it. They need to understand it. And there's times when you got to get it out. Again, this defense is built on being aggressive. It's built on taking chances, not so much in zero blitzes and bringing 7, but you're bringing people from very different places where you don't see often in traditional defense, I guess, if you will. So he's got to adjust to that, get the ball out on time. Too many times today on the first, second, and really the third offense, we got behind the sticks because of the penalty, because of the sack. It wasn't because of the run game and getting knocked back. I think we had a couple TFLs that were big on the edge here for about 4 or 5 yards, but we were shooting ourselves in the foot. Administrative penalties you have to eliminate if you're going to be a great football team, and that's things that you can prevent pre-snap. That's what I call an administrative penalty. Yeah, I wouldn't say, I'm not interested in platooning, but if you've got a young man that has a package or a set of skills that could really cause some issues for a defense as far as their preparation time, they can still give you an advantage on game day. I think it's something that we would always look at, but right now that is not the point.
There's been a couple of quarterback center exchange issues the last couple of days. Will those drive you crazy as a coach?
It's surprising. You know, we bobbled one down in the red zone, they backed up, and they popped back up in those hands and they were running down there. So, you know, what is good for the defense is really bad for the offense. So we went through the first part of camp really good. And I felt like today the center exchange was poor because if you have one, those under snaps are right around 99 or 100.
That's the hell of it.
We had a couple of key problems.
Is McAvoy still having to think too much for you to get a good read on what
I don't say I don't know until they come to his own by next week. So we got some questions. So yes, but again, that is Tanner's responsibility to make that smooth out. He's out there in turbulent waters right now. Hopefully in the next 5 or 6 days, his mind will clear, the waters will smooth, and he can go out and with his athletic ability and his mind take over. Again, the challenges for a quarterback is in the respect of the guys who are on the field with him. It's a very different position as we are.
Anything you saw out of the receiving corps today that pleased you?
Well, you know, I saw Jared, I saw Jordan do some good things, I saw Kenzel do some good things. I felt coming into camp, I mentioned those 3 names. We're still waiting for the next young man to pop up and do some things for us. Robert was in there, didn't really get an opportunity today. I'm excited about what he's done in camp to this point, but we will see as he goes. I have a ton of confidence in those tight ends. Today wasn't really their day as far as getting a lot of opportunities. Again, that had a lot to do with the plan of the quarterbacks throwing the ball down the field to the White House today. So I think we're going to be okay there. Still need at least one more step up and be the guys we can.
Gary, in your mind, did your quarterbacking depth chart change at all today?
Yeah, I would say slightly in my own mind. I think some kids played better than others. It is about scrimmages. It's 11-on-11 football, and when it's live, it matters the most. But you can't. Practices are very important. We all know that, but it's still what you're doing when you come out in these situations. And you can't blame it on the fact that this crew had false starts or whatever it is. You got to produce when you're given the opportunity. And I think there's been some slight separation at this point, which is, I would hope so. I hope it wouldn't be a dead tie after 6 or 7 practices.
Gary, you Jacobs catch your eye here.
Yeah.
Keep showing up.
He does. You know, Leon is unbelievably athletic. Again, another young man. He's played not much football in his life. I know his story. This is brand new for him. He was one of those AAU basketball phenoms, and all of a sudden didn't go to 6'7", so he wasn't anymore. He decided football was going to be his game. Good decision by Leon on this one. Now the way he's doing it, he's handling it mentally right now. He's handling it physically right now. Again, that's a challenge for a freshman and junior college player. So far, so good.
Gary, you mentioned when you moved Jeff Lewis to safety to see what he could do, and it doesn't look like he's getting a lot of work. I think you at safety now, or what's the plan?
We discussed that this morning. You know, we'll see. We're going to let him settle in the waters a little bit there still, and get some reps going through it. Corey's done a very good job of running back. I don't want to move him back over there and have him just go back and be lost completely in the depth chart. Jeff's challenge right now is to continue to run the safety, make his reps count, don't count his reps, and put him in a position to get involved on special teams. And so we'll continue down that line today, but time will tell as we move forward.
How have your players adapted to the aggressive defense? You know, obviously it's a big change for a lot of kids, especially on Friday.
Yeah, you know, one thing I did notice today is I felt we kind of caught fire a little bit with the motion on that side of the ball, which tells me they might still be thinking a little bit. So that's a little bit of a red flag for me. I think they've handled it well. They like it. It is aggressive. Our ability to do some of the things that they did today is definitely a step forward from what we did in the spring with disguising coverages and moving the fronts in and out of packages. A lot of moving pieces to that. Still probably some thinking, but overall, they're excited about it. They're excited if it works. So we'll see.
How do you like the way the secondary's coming along?
Yeah, Jakari made some great plays down here at the end. It was good to see a young freshman make a couple plays. I was pleased with that. Had the ball go over the top of us for the big one. We lost our eyes. Can't do that, especially against this offense. So, work in progress. Caputo has done a nice job. Him and Moose are going to be in a battle for that second safety spot next to Dez. But I would say this right now, we're going to need 3 safeties for sure. Because Dez is going to be sometimes a nickel corner and get into our deeper packages as we can. So, still a work in progress, but we're moving in the right direction. There's 2 very good coaches coaching those kids, and there's a lot of hungry young men, so we'll get it figured out.
Is Hammond out for an extended time?
I don't know that. It kind of happened this morning. It didn't look too bad, and I think we probably need an overnight evaluation to see exactly where he sits. Okay? All right.
Thanks, guys. Very much.